Andy Johnson, Minnesota State University. We are looking at grammar today. We are going to look at some grammar facts, and I want to give you just a basic overview. First of all, defining our terms. Grammar is a study of the way the language works. It describes the structure of the language. Grammar was invented originally to help us enhance our understanding so people would have a common sense of structure. Defining our terms. Writing is learning how to mean, how to use symbols and words to create and transmit ideas and meaning. Now, traditional grammar took a prescriptive approach. It prescribed, it told you that this is how it must be. It had students looking at sentences and analyzing sentences, and it wasn't very effective. It taught grammar in a way that made sense only to grammarians, not to people who understood it. It was taught in isolation. Now, research, and I cited my sources, there's a little relationship between the formal teaching of grammar and the quality of written compositions. If this were true, all our top-selling authors would be grammarians. The study of grammar does little to enhance the quality of students' writing. It doesn't teach students how to create meaning or organize ideas or the process of writing. So why do we do it? Why do we teach these workbooks and stuff? Here's an interesting fact, and I'm going to show you a better way to enhance students' ability to use grammar. The correlation between grammar knowledge and math knowledge is higher than the correlation between grammar knowledge and writing ability. A perfect correlation is 1, all right? So grammar and this kind of analytic math mind, well, they kind of go together. There's a stronger link between grammar and math than grammar and writing ability. What does that tell us? If we wanted to be effective, time spent composing has a much more positive effect on students' ability to write than time spent teaching grammar. Teaching grammar in workbooks out of context is not effective. Instead, we should teach them the rules of writing, mechanics, spelling as they write. Writing is learning how to mean. In order to mean, we have to have grammar, punctuation, and spelling. So writing is step 4, or editing is step 4 of the process, writing. Now, we learn language basically the same way. We learn to write and to speak by being immersed in it. These are skills, writing and speaking, to be developed, not content to be taught. Best learned by doing with little instruction along the way. And by the way, the National Research Council said most learning is inductive and implicit. You get involved in activities and you sort things out and you learn implicitly. Now, there are 3 approaches to grammar instruction. The traditional is the isolated. You have 20 minutes of grammar class or 30 minutes and you do grammar exercises and activities and you diagnose sentences in isolation. Writing is here, this grammar instruction is there. Little happens. There's little connection there, all right? You just bore the pants off of people. The immersion approach is not very effective either. Here you simply immerse students in writing and hope they catch up, hope they catch on to this thing. The best approach is the embedded approach, where you immerse them in writing and teach them the skills in the context of authentic writing. Now, in terms of grammar, the teacher must be a role model. That means you must attend to your own grammar. Be careful of what you say and do. You are modeling for students. Now, I am the holiest of whole language teachers. Holy. But I believe in explicit instruction, and grammar instruction must be explicit. Explicit instruction in grammar is necessary, but it's not sufficient. Necessary, but not sufficient. Traditionally, people thought of English class or writing as simply grammar instruction, and that's not how it works. Next one, we'll be looking at tips for developing grammar awareness.